Compass FM, Dan Gordon, Mayor of the Waimakariri. Dan, long weekend. Did you have a bit of a break or were you busy?
I had a few things on. I did the flag waving for the rally, which was awesome. There was 45 cars that I waved off in the Canterbury rally here, which was a great event. The group that put it together, just a group of volunteers, but I think Joe's Garage and Lone Star are the sponsors. That was great, and all that activity here in our town, which is good for our local businesses as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
Did some gardening. I'd let my leaves accumulate a bit more than they should have, so it took me most of Saturday to clean that up, and then on Monday took David Ayres and his wife out for lunch with another councillor and former chief executive to celebrate David getting an MNZM, Member of the New Zealand Order of Merit, in the honours list, so that was fantastic to celebrate that with him.
Well deserved.
Oh, absolutely well deserved. 40 years of public service, David's given community service, and through some of our most trying times in district through the earthquakes, and also really fantastic that the late Chris Greengrass was acknowledged, and according to her family, she was aware the day before she died that she was getting an honour. So
that there just sends you off with a nice hand on the shoulder and thank you, isn't it? Really,
she's an awesome lady. Between David and I did the calculation yesterday, between David and Chris, 90 years of service to our community. 50 years for Chris, and I'm sure David does more than 40, but that's what's calculated there. And but generous in their time, and still are giving David's chair of the museum, Canterbury Museum, and that's a voluntary role, and a number of other things that he's continuing to do, which is fantastic.
It was a very big pleasure of mine actually meeting up with David when I joined Compass in 2019. He was moving off the board and moving out of local politics, but for that 3 or 4 months it was really, really nice. There was a couple of people who are further north too, in the Hardin region, or should I say, Hardin region, Harry and Virginia Pawsey, and even into Kaikoura, a couple up there, John and Sandra at Wyatt, just recognised for good local support and help in the community. Can I just very briefly go back a week or so, Dan, because you had some service awards here, the community service awards here in Waimakariri, and one in particular is Scotty Bauman and Tracy, who used to have the Oxford Bird Rescue. They got an award, and well deserved for that as well.
Absolutely. We acknowledged 11 for community service awards. 3 of those were couples, which included Scott and Tracy. I actually added Scott and Tracy in quite later in the piece because obviously with Scott's motor neuron disease diagnosis, but I've been out and actually visited them and met the little owl, I forget his name now, but
this is a wee while ago. It was Oscar, that's right. But
they're just lovely people and have given so much, and all that work that they did out there was for they basically funded most of that themselves. They got some donations, but heart goes out to them. Actually, a few years ago we had council colleague go through motor neuron disease, and it was Peter Allen, and it was pretty tough,
challenging.
So our thoughts go out to them at the moment, but in recognition of, we also gave two Mayors Awards to Kevin Felstead and Tony Hall, but within that period had also given one to Chris Greengrass when I found out she was unwell end of last year, and we had an inaugural business award presented to Mark Revis and Jed Pearce of Kaipoi, or Kaipoi and surrounds, but they've done a huge amount of work down there, so that was great to celebrate and acknowledge their service, all those people's service to our community. We're so lucky that we have all that time given, and it's to all the unsung heroes out there actually that give so generously to our community.
Absolutely. Have you been able to make it out to Main Power Stadium to have a look at the Under-19 National Basketball Champs?
No, I didn't get out there, but I hear it went really well.
It's still going. The finals are on today. A number of finals are on today. Yesterday, Compass, we were out there doing some NC and playing some music and that, bits and pieces. Gee whiz, there's some talented kids, not only around North Canterbury, but around New Zealand. It's brilliant stuff.
So great to have our stadium here. And got
it for the next 3 years, or the next 2 years as well.
The stadium?
Yeah, no. The stadium's hanging around for quite some time, Dan.
Do you know something?
They're going to flick it off to help pay for the one in Christchurch.
Yes,
more on that maybe next week. But yeah, no, the under-19s are absolutely brilliant. One more thing, Dan, before I let you go, because I know that you're busy. The new Silverstream Boulevard from Silverstream to Kaiapoi. Where does that go?
So as you come through the main part of the Silverstream, it'll go along the alignment of the old Italy Terrace. So that will finalise and complete the connection through there. So there's been quite a number of property connections required. But, the developer of Silverstream, everything they've said that they were going to do, they've delivered on. And we're really lucky in this district to have partnerships with the development community that we do, because we do have really good developers in this district that make things happen. And that's one of them. And so I'm looking forward to opening that road on Friday with the team out there. And coinciding with that will be the bus that will now take that link and go through. And they will be coming through, I think the time we're opening is about 1 o'clock. So the bus is scheduled to come through somewhere in that period, which will be great. Completes that linkage, and it'd be excellent to see that all complete.
Can I ask one final question, Dan? I'm not 100% sure exactly where the road is. Is that underneath the motorway bridge by the river?
Yes. So
okay, cool.
Hooks through there, but you come along the main part of Silverstream past the Cafe Urban Revival and that, and just carry that through. And on the right there's a new as you're coming through there's a brand new retirement complex called the Stirling, which is not dissimilar to the likes of Ryman and that, but a different concept. So that's been put in by the developer, and I actually went for a drive through the other day and couldn't believe how quickly that's all come about actually. So they're, as I said, good developer and doing good things in our district. So
I think it's really good that this has been linked underneath the motorway. You don't have to worry about bridges, you don't have to worry about anything, just straight underneath. That's absolutely fantastic.
Well, it's a much more direct link in there, so it just completes that. And it's just, as I said, it's just taken a bit of time to get all the property acquisition there, but we found, as I said, that developer Fred and Fred Ram and Jack Lim, excellent to deal with.
Cool. Have you announced you're running for mayor yet, Dan?
Not yet.
Not yet, Dan. Okay.
It'll be coming.
Is it coming?
They're coming to a place near you very shortly. I'll be announcing my intentions, but no scoops today for you, my friend.
Anyway, Dan Gordon, you're busy today. Very quickly, anything coming up in council that we need to know this week?
Look, last week we had the Ahoka private plane change. Should just let you know about it. So, and we will be considering whether council takes a position on that, but the private plane change, which is put in by the developer, council made the decision last week to accept that, to go to community consultation and out there. That doesn't indicate council's position at all on that. It's a legal process. We have very limited decision making in that, in the sense of discretion there. So and so there will be, I'm sure, strong community views from the ones that I've seen, but there's nothing major on our agenda today, which is our main meeting, apart from the usual reports and things that we have that come through.
Cool. Well, one of the questions that we need to talk about next week is whether you've had any asking for financial assistance to the $150 million budget blowout, but we'll talk about that next week.
Sure, very happy to, Kerry.
Brilliant. Dan Gordon, Mayor of the Waimak.
Compass FM.